that's the thing. That's what pisses me off. I'm so tired of hearing that she's with God or XYZ.
Why?
Because I already know.
Then what's pissing you off then?
I already know. I don't need advice.
Hey guys, Reed here. Before we start this episode, I wanted to talk about the purpose behind today's podcast. 2 days ago, I lost a good friend of mine named Noreen Savitas. She was my acting manager. I knew her for a little over 2 years now. And she passed away 2 days ago. And I found out that she was on her deathbed 3 days ago. And I wasn't able to see her in person before she passed. I was able to give her a phone call, and I thought I had more time, but she died less than 24 hours later after that phone call. And I wanted today's podcast to showcase how I deal with grief. I've lost a close friend every 6 months for about 4 years. And I am very well acquainted with grieving, sadly. And one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn was to allow myself to feel whatever I'm feeling without any judgment. Meaning, if I laugh, I'm allowed to laugh. If I cry, I'm allowed to cry. Or like in this episode, if I'm mad, I'm allowed to be mad. Because there is no right way to grieve. You just have to grieve. Don't try to suppress any emotion. Don't try to judge any emotion. And this is my attempt to showcase as honestly and as vulnerably as possible what that process looks like when it's so fresh. This was filmed on Monday, and I found out she passed away Sunday. So this is about as fresh as it gets. Please enjoy.
You look why are you using boxers?
I ran out of socks, bro.
What do you mean you ran out of socks?
I didn't do laundry yesterday because I was still recovering from the weekend bender after my show. So I'm not gonna use a dirty sock. So I decided to whip out a clean boxer. But anyways, welcome back to another episode of the Just Saying Show.
Oh dear.
How was your weekend, brother? Yeah, you went to Big Bear, right?
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
You okay? You don't look like yourself right now.
I had a good friend of mine. Her name was Noreen Savitas. And believe it or not, she was my acting manager. I knew her for a little over 2 years. She reached out to me through TikTok asking if I had representation. And I had a couple of offers. Well, I mean, you'll soon find this out. You'll get offers for management every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking for someone to help me with acting specifically, and she kind of checked all the boxes that I was looking for. And it became a very good friendship. She was my ride or die. You know, she was one of those people that would fight for me to the nth degree, and I knew this as pretty soon to when we started our professional relationship. And I'm pretty pissed off. Yeah.
I mean, pissed off is one thing. For me, I would be extremely sad, depressed, and filled with a bunch of sad emotions. But why pissed off specifically? I know you're suffering, and I know it's hurting, but why pissed off wise?
I was numb when I first got the news. So I found out that she was on her deathbed 2 days ago, and then the doctor told us that she probably won't make it through the week. And so I thought that well, I was in Big Bear at the time, and she was, closer to LA. And so I thought, I'm coming back Sunday, so why don't I go see her Monday? I thought she had at least 2 days in her. But then she died Sunday, which was yesterday. So she didn't even have 24 hours. She didn't even have a tomorrow. She just died. And when I got the news that she was dying, I was probably in the best place that you can get that type of news. I was with one of my best friends, and I was on a boat with a cigar. So there are definitely worse places to get that type of news. I then got the news that she died at church in the middle of a sermon, where you can't just all of a sudden talk in a sermon to whoever's next to you, like, hey, someone just died, and blah 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 blah. You have to be quiet. And I remember when I saw it on my watch, and I was just kind of like taken aback, and I was just like, God damn it! This like under my breath, I was like, God damn it, God. And I went outside the sanctuary, and I just kind of was on the stairs. I was just reciting the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And I wasn't sad. I was numb. I was just completely numb. I didn't feel. I was like, why am I not more sad? Maybe I wasn't as close to Noreen as I thought. I thought every negative thought in the book, but I was numb. And then I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday at a cigar lounge, just kind of going through the motions, and then I realized that I was getting angry. I was just getting really irritable and pissed off. And maybe it's at God, but it's like, for the past 4 years, every 6 months, someone has died in my life. Whether I knew them my whole life or for a couple of years, minimum, I knew these people for at least 3 years. 2022, yeah, so 3 years, minimum is 3 years. And sometimes it's less than 6 months, but sometimes it's a little more, but the average is about every 6 months, someone in my life dies. And it happens, and I have the systems in place now where like I can take it and heal from it. But it's like every time I get better, like, here, someone else has to die now. And it's just, it feels like every time I take a weight off my shoulders, another plate is being added. And sure, I'm getting stronger, but I feel exhausted. And so I'm just mad.
I would be feeling the same exact emotions as well.
But it's not even at God. I'm not even mad at God. I made a video today where I kind of talking about like I was being mad at God. And I told someone yesterday that I was like, I'm mad. And he was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. And then just to answer it, I said, maybe God, but it's not even that. I don't even know what. I'm just mad. I'm just pissed off. Maybe it's with life. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been recognizing that, just from knowing you, there's always someone that it's either close to you or someone that's like a friend's friend, or like a third counterparty is always having some like health issues or, even death. And I've been seeing that within your life too. I mean, even for me with my example, I was going through it like 2-3 weeks ago. And, obviously it's fortunate for me, thank the Lord, that, my family's, not dying. But you've told me some personal stuff that I'm not going to mention on the camera of other folks that reached out to you because of some stuff that's going on in terms of their health. But just remember what you told me last time, brother. It's not God, it's Satan trying to get a hold of you. You're at your peak. Well, not peak, but you're really up there with God right now in your relationship. If there's anything that he can do to if there's anything Satan can do to disrupt that and bring you down.
No, it's not. It's not like that.
It's not that?
No. I can't say my relationship with God is worse because of it. Like the last conversation I had with Noreen, it was Saturday. Her daughter called me and put me on speakerphone. Noreen couldn't speak, but she was awake and she could nod just a little bit, you know. She was just listening, and I was able to tell her that I love her, and that she was my girl, my ride or die. I was gonna take her to the stars. That's one thing I told her all the time. I was gonna make her rich and take her to the stars. But seems like she went there without me. I was too slow. But I prayed for her, and then I was like, I'll see you soon.
Well, at least Noreen is in a better place now, She's with God. The best place where you could ever be. How long were you guys... So was she with you even from the very beginning of Read Choi?
3 years.
3 years? That's still a long time. You guys got to experience the growth together, the struggles too together.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. That's what pisses me off. I'm so tired of hearing that she's with God or XYZ.
Why?
Because I already know.
Then what's pissing you off then?
I already know. I don't need advice. I wish, I don't know. I just wish.
Do you still want people to at least hear you out? Just hear you, like, about your feelings, how you're feeling?
Yeah, just listen to me. Don't tell me what I already know.
Yeah. Okay.
You insult my intelligence. I already know. I know it all. I just...
Yeah, they
just
trying to
let me
comfort
be
you, though.
mad.
Yeah. But they care about you, right? They care about you. They just want to, reassure you. Even though, yeah, but it's all out of good faith. You got to keep that in mind, though. It's not like they're doing it out of ill intentions or trying to annoy you.
Yeah, but your intentions don't really matter. If it's pissing me off, that's the effect. Is that the effect that you want?
No.
Yeah, maybe just assume that I know these things and just... I don't know, just be there. You can check in on me. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. But, like, I don't need to hear that. Oh, she's with God now, and, you gotta let it go.
I don't know about the letting go aspect. I mean, it takes time to heal from that stuff, man. Shoot.
Just be quiet. It's like, you have to go through it to understand.
And you've gone through it multiple times, too. Like, I have no idea how
I've been going through it for 4 years straight.
Yeah.
4 years straight. I was going through in my head how many people I lost, and I realized I forgot a lot of them. I was just like, bop, bop, bop. I was like, oh, that's it? Oh, wait, no. This person. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They died, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Every 6 months. Pisses you off. Every 6 months. And then people are going to watch this, and then they're going to comment. They're going to comment something about my faith. They're going to comment something about, like, they're going to give me advice. They're going to say, hey, this is what you need to do. Or I understand. Blah, 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 blah. If you could just not comment that. If you could just, and I mean this politely, in the most polite way, just shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. It's not wrong for me to be mad right now.
Oh, your feelings are completely validated, brother.
That, I don't need to hear that. I know.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear that. Just let me be mad. This is... so that's how I cope. Or, I don't even... Like, one of the ways that I go through with this, through death and all that type of stuff, is I don't reject anything that I feel. Like, you're allowed to feel it, you know? And you're allowed to respect your boundaries in a really delicate situation, you know? Every 6 months. Last year, I think it happened in 2 months. Yeah. Marsha and my good friend. I can't tell you how many times within the 4 years I was just like, if people could just not die for 1 year, just 1 year, I'd be great. You know, just like, because it's like once, okay, I can stretch out a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, I'm pissed off.
I really wish there was something that I can do to make. I just hate seeing you like be like this, brother. And just it hurts
Just
me, man.
let me be mad.
Yeah, I know. Like as a brother, I'm just like you said. I'm just gonna hear how you're feeling, hear you out. No advice or nothing. I just want to hear you out, your feelings. I just wish there was something more I could do. You know. Hurts seeing you like this, brother. Not gonna lie.
It's life. What are you gonna do?
When you talked to her last on Saturday, did you at least get to tell her your last words? Or
My last words? What the does that mean?
it's kind of like if my parents died or if someone that I love died, I would love to just, before they go off, you know, I would like to just tell them, hey, I love you.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
Told her that you'll always be my girl.
I'm glad you had that, though.
Yeah. I just wish I could have seen her in person before she went. It's hard to find people like that.
Well, I'll be continuing to pray for you and her at the same time, okay?
Yeah, please pray for the Savitas family, specifically her daughter Jasmine Savitas. They need our prayers more than me, that's for sure. Noreen's probably mad at me that I'm even mad. She didn't tell anybody though she was sick. I didn't know. Nope. Her daughter barely. It was just most of us found out that day because she was just hiding it from people because that's the type of person she was. You know, she didn't want to be a burden on anybody, and everyone else always came first. You know, and so I had those 14 hours to process that she was going to die. And then she died. Well, no, she died sooner than that. I just found out a little bit after. She died Sunday morning, and I found out Sunday afternoon at around 4. And let me see. So, which was about, a little less than a day from our last phone call. I guess the reason why I wanted to film this is because I wanted to show that that how you grieve doesn't have to be pretty. That grieving can look very, very, very ugly. You know, it doesn't have to be this beautiful story that makes other people cry. Sometimes you can just be mad. Because I have those stories. I have those sad, beautiful stories, but this one's not one of them. It just pisses me off.
Do you remember a moment where you two were just having a great time? Any really memorable moments out of the 3 years you guys worked together? that stood out to you? Like, oh my god, like that was a great time.
I remember the first movie role that I got for that movie called Finding You, and it was the first like movie role that I got, and so I said they gave me an offer, right? How much they're gonna pay me, and I was like, yes, right away, yes, absolutely. And Nuri was like, hold on a second, this is when I come in. Let me negotiate and get you a better deal. I was like, but what if they say no? They're not gonna say no. They want you, you know, and they're lowballing you because they want to get you cheap. And I was like, Nuri, I would do this for free. I was like, I know you would do this for free, but let's get you paid because I need to make money too, you know. And so there's like this running joke that Noreen and I had, where it was like anytime I got an offer for like something cool, I would be like, yes. And then so yeah, I was like, we made a rule to like, I would never be talking directly to the producer or stuff like that. It's like, always let Noreen talk to them so that she can do her thing, work her magic, negotiate it, you know. And so she would sometimes like double or triple what they asked, they offered. And so, yeah.
That really is a ride or die right there.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a good one. They don't make them like Noreen.
She's built different.
Yeah, she was a gangster, man. She was a gangster. She was so funny. Yeah, I would pray for her all the time. I sent her money during Christmas. You know, she was a good person. Nobody I know that knew her or ever talked bad about her. Yeah, except for the producers that she would annoy on my behalf. But you know, that's why I loved her. You know, she would fight for you tooth and nail.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, she's the good one. She's the good one. I miss you, Noreen. I do. I really, really do.
Once again, you guys, please send out your prayers to their family. They're going through some pretty bad and rough times right now. It's the least that we could do, you know.
Yeah. It's a good one.
All right, you guys. Well, that concludes our podcast for today. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe.
Peace.
Took a ride down the countryside, you and I, on a sleepless night. Let the lights